or in the same game there was Void Spirit and Troll. So they can definitely execute that lineup quite well. It's a hero that's pretty decent in the lane as well right now. And with the Oracle, if you pick it up, you also have the possibility of purging down the Fade Bolt, so it's not... he doesn't get countered by the minus damage in the laning stage.
Plus, also, you definitely want, if you want to go for some core that actually doesn't have an escape mechanism, which they are going to need, you have a save inside the arena, which is very important, in my opinion.
Well, bans, where's your priority right now? Because you mentioned maybe fixating less on trying to shut Limp out and more on maybe enabling your own win condition on OG Seed.
Actually, you can ban out Limp, right? And that's what they're doing. You can see that on the side of Alliance, that Prophet has been banned out. On the side of OG Seed, you have the Dragonite, 2 heroes that he has played quite a lot recently, and now they also ban out that TA. I think if you give Chessie a good time on his Void Spirit, he will do a lot. It's not your Monkey King. This hero is very flexible right now. And also, yeah, it's very flexible. It doesn't even have to mean that it's going to be played by Chessie, even though most likely it will be. But if you give him a good matchup with this Void Spirit, he will be able to start playmaking very early on.
Yes, that difference, when you pick Monkey King, it's more about how your draft enables him versus Void Spirit. Kind of a cookie cutter fit, I'd say right now. You can fit it in most drafts. It can work around most heroes.
Void Spirit?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the hero just works well on every position, every core position. If you get a solid game, he still does the same, does a lot of magic damage. So I guess definitely. That's why we see him so much in the first phase, right? Until people realize what are the best counters for him, something that's maybe not so obvious since the hero is still relatively new. And there's the Chen.
I mean, Chen, Rubik, Mars. Man, like, it's hard to ask for a better opening for Alliance right now, considering their strengths, their comfort zone heroes. This looks great. And for as long as I've been around, Chen and Rubik have been an outstanding combo of heroes. With Chen, you either want a hero that's able to instantly set up, or you want a bulky frontliner such as Tusk, right? And Rubik is one of those that can instantly set up with the lift. It gives you some teamfight potential, the output potential as well, outpush potential. So I like the Chen.
Yeah, I like the point of the team fight, right? The Chen, later on in the game, he might not be as good, but Rubik, in the later stages of the game, 30, 40 minutes in, can actually be even considered the core if you have good positioning and steal the right spells. So, I mean, okay, they go for the Winter Wyvern.
That should deal with the early Chen push.
Yeah, like Wyvern was considered to be one of the best heroes versus Chen pretty much long time ago. It's not really an answer to Chen that we see very often any longer.
No. Why do you think that is?
Because of the differences to the way you play Chen. It's on the safe lane first and foremost, it's not on the off lane. You're usually comboing it with a core, you're bringing those small creeps to buff up the laning stage there. And Wyvern doesn't really have as much effect in the first 10 minutes as before, but it's still solid. I think it's still fine. You still have some out push. You have ways of creep skipping with the Void Spirit, with the Wyvern. It's a solid pickup overall.
It's something they needed. They were forced into getting a support that actually has wave clear, that can maybe survive if he is behind the tier 1 tower, delay it, maybe survive. You actually have to commit a lot for him because he has the Arctic Burn and can fly away. So to me, this is an okay pick. It doesn't seem like too good because you don't see any of the cores, but to be honest, you're gonna have one really high physical damage dealing core, so he is gonna do enough.
Do you think it's definitely a support? Because we have seen Wyvern ran in
It could be offlane as well.
Yeah.
It could be, but yeah, we'll see. I doubt it's going to be the offlane though.
Do you think Pugna does more with the gold in this type of game?
The problem is there is only one way to roll the Wyvern on the offlane, and that's if Pugna is mid. Because if your Wyvern is offlane, your Pugna can't be the position 4. Those two together would get destroyed, and you don't want the Pugna to be position 5 as well.
Speaking of destroyed, Quap's win rate in this tournament is looking pretty abysmal. 1 win, 9 picks. This will be the 6th pick in the second phase. Even when it's left until the last phase, we've seen this hero get ran over. Why is that?
There's a couple of players, right, that made it look really great in the ESL. We saw Vikings Viking GG that played it on Boom. He pretty much started doing that blade mail thing on the Queen of Pain and just he dominated some games versus Secret. I believe they won 2-0. So he's one of the first ones that started really picking up the hero and making it work, and then other teams tried and it didn't work as much. But I don't think the hero is bad. I think Queen of Pain is pretty solid. Here as well, you have a lot of magical damage, some pure coming into play as well. You're playing versus all these heroes that do suffer versus that. So it looks like a decent Queen of Pain game.
And we see a Pango. I like it. You have some team fight now on the side of OG Seed. You can actually, when this Chen comes with the Mars to push your tower, you actually have, if your supports are level 6, a way to fight him. Though we don't know if the Pango is going to be support, but let's say
that's the big curious question, because last game, I mean, it's got to be a big confident play if you're willing to come in and play that Pangolier again, as Seafreak did not have a good time in game number 2.
This time we're not going to be seeing a Bloodseeker, most likely. So that was the main reason.
You say that. They have still got one pick there, right? Like, what else were you looking at for Alliance, if not Bloodseeker?
OG Seed is trying to imitate their daddy team way too much, and this lineup looks so difficult to execute once again, man. I don't know. It just looks so hard. You have to have that perfect dance, you know, perfect execution to make it work. And already these 4 heroes, I don't know what they picked to round up these 4 heroes so that they actually win if they don't outplay heavily in the laning stage.
I'm actually not sure. Like, the Troll comes to mind, but they still have so many problems. They actually banned the
they're playing it safe. Zach's like, no, I'm not doing that again. Okay.
So, do I stop the Rolling Thunder or do I not? I can't.
You know
remember.
what I do? I stop it in the draft. Don't let it happen.
Just ban it out. That's easier. Yeah, there you go.
Then you just press all your abilities. It's easy. That's how you win games. But so as you said, it's difficult for them to find that final pick, that golden grail, that holy grail right now.
Cold Embrace is pretty self-destructive as well versus Bloodseeker too. And you have the Pango, you have multiple setups for the Blood, right? And then you would have the Queen of Pain Bloodseeker combo, which is very active very early on. I wouldn't necessarily consider them the best combo because it does leave you at this, you know, this possibility of not being able to finish hitting that brick wall, which is the Wyvern.
And it's a Juggernaut pick. Does this fix the draft, or is this just kind of a where else do we go type pick?
I'm leaning towards the second statement.
The whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, because against the Chen, what are you going to go for a Battle Fury and play like 4 Protect 1? I can see it working, though we haven't seen it work in this tournament so far, and Alliance has been looking like a better team, so if you are not executing as well as your opponents and they are 5 versus 4, you're actually gonna have a problem.
What's the pick here for Alliance?
Slark?
Yeah. You wouldn't really care about the Jug with that Slark if they go for it. But when you think about Nico's heroes, it's alright.
Okay. So apparently they want this hero to get more wins in the tournament as well. Anti-Mage, I think we've had discussions about this and how it's maybe a little bit too slow, gets punished a little bit too hard. Is this the Anti-Mage game?
This is definitely the Anti-Mage game. This is a very good AM game. You're playing versus a Juggernaut. Even with the recent changes to the Jug, if you don't win early on, if you don't pressure those towers early on, if you don't roll out of control, AM will find his farm. I'm not sure about Nico's AM, looking forward to seeing it, but still they have 4 heroes that are completely capable of creating enough space for that Anti-Mage to get his... All he needs is a Manta Basher pretty much, and he's already able to join these fights.
OGC, to me here, they're on a timing and they do not have a better laning stage. So like between minute 8 and minute 15, they need to start doing something around the map when they hit those levels. And that's a really clear timing that at that point, Queen of Pain is strong, Mars is strong. To me, Alliance got this easily.
Panel's leaning on Alliance here, but if OG want to actually stay in this, they're going to have to play like their papa and execute to perfection. We're going to see if they can do that in this third and final game between the sides of Alliance and OG Seed. It is do or die time for the OG boys. Let's see if they can live to fight another day.
Thank you very much, Killy Pilly. Yeah, we're getting into the final game here. We got a bit of an anime battle on our hands between the Anti-Mage and the Juggernaut. Do you agree with the panel sentiments, Lacoste?
I muted. I'm just kidding. Well, it's definitely a great game, and I don't think OG Seed can play this fast to just shut him down. Alliance have Chen, you have Rubik, Queen of Pain. These heroes come online very quick. Same goes for Mars. So there are a couple of heroes in the game that can hold the game for AM to come online. I was expecting something different. I was expecting Gurren leaning more towards Slark. Like he can get out of everything besides Vibrant ulti and doesn't care too much about Jug. But once Anti-Mage gets Manta style, he will be joining fights. And look at 1, 2, 3 intelligence heroes with huge mana pools. Like Pagna probably is the hero with the highest intelligence gain in the game, and you need to be careful when you're playing Pagna, pushing high ground. If you're out of mana, one Void can just turn whole things around.
Yeah, he's a nuclear bomb sitting in the enemy team. He should just kind of social distance himself from his own teammates to make sure that he doesn't kill them inadvertently in the middle of fights. But yeah, I mean, I think the one I'm looking at in this game is definitely going to be Chessy. I think when you're looking at pressure, when you're looking at what this team can do, then I'm looking towards this Void Spirit. Can he have a good time in lane? Can he kick off? Can he start roaming around the map, making opportunities for his team and finding the aggression which they're going to need? Do you think, though, that it is, you know, they've got the Juggernaut. Are we overlooking this Juggernaut factor? Can he offer some kind of counter carry to the Anti-Mage, or does the Anti-Mage just win in every aspect?
It depends how this game develops. It's a good Roche taking lineup. Now from OG Seed, you have Sustain from Pugna's Life Drain. You have Healing Ward plus Cold Embrace. So that's a lot of spells that can keep them alive, so they can be resetting a lot of the times. Even though they have a couple of long cooldown ultis, they can still keep fighting all the time because of how much healing they have.
Yeah, the Roche should be on the cards a little bit early for them. Meanwhile, on the side of Alliance, they don't really have very good Roche potential at all until like quite late in the game when the Anti-Mage is online. I guess the Mars can tank it for them, but in terms of actual getting damage down to the big boy, they don't have a whole lot of that, do they?
They really don't.
So we've seen a couple of mix-ups in the builds in the Queen of Pain. Sometimes I go for Orchid, sometimes I go for Aghanims. Do you think you go for Ags just to get through the spin of the Jug?
I mean, it can still go through the spin. Sonic Wave is
that was testing
damage.
you. I was testing you, but you know, extra bit of damage, I guess, from it.
Wonderful. You don't want to go first item, Aghanim Scepter. It also depends, like, how's your laning stage going? You can't just, like, I'm going this item this game. Sometimes it's just, like, Spirit Vessel. It's one of those items. But, like, Dota is very complicated games in terms of, like, what you're buying. You need to see with the team how they're doing, what timings you want to hit. Like, if you need something for Roche taking, if you have enough abilities to engage into a team fight, you don't have to get an early blink. So they don't have that much, I would say, burst damage or of any kind. And there are a couple of heroes that need to be silenced in a fight. So I would assume he's going to go for Orchid. But Orchid is a very greedy. Since there's no real save, you have like Chen with the mech, Hand of God, sitting behind you. But it might not be enough if you're like playing too aggressive with Queen of Pain, cutting into backlines, and you need to be careful because they have a lot of turnaround potential with these heroes.
It's going to be all about the fighting, I think, as well. When, you know, we know that OGC need to fight. They need to find the aggression. And I'm kind of looking at these team fight skills. I mean, I think OGC do have the better team fight. Maybe not, actually. There's still Arena, there's still Scream of Pain and Sonic Wave and all that good stuff which the Queen of Pain can pump out. It's, again, I think it all comes down to Chessy for me still. If he can have a standout performance, I genuinely think OGC would have a pretty good chance of this game. But based on the previous two performances, I don't know how much I want to rely on. Yeah, I mean, he had a decent Meepo game. They did win that game, of course, so.
They did, but the game could have ended much earlier, in my opinion. It's just the execution was not on point. Also, it's a pretty decent Ruby game. A lot of good spells to steal, either from Wyvern, Pangalier's Rolling Thunder. Like, every single time you play Pango against a Rubik, you want to have 1 point in Shield Crash and use it immediately after the Rolling Thunder. So once Ruby gets level 6, you need to have a point in shield crash. That's the unwritten rule.
I see.
New Sage Mask, it's so good. 1 mana regen per second. Like, none of the position 4s are going for boots anymore. Like, even Earthshakers are getting this kind of an item build. Like, look how strong Rubik is with this build. He has a lot of sustain, mana, 6 tangos plus a fairy fire, even some extra like damage, and you can try to juke people with it.
Yeah, both the Rubik and the Pugna have that Sage's Mask board out for themselves as well. So clearly a lot of value in that item. Extra mana regen doing a lot for it. So Madara going to start things up in the top lane. He's got 6 tangos. No salving him just yet, but might get one if he's needed. I feel like Mars and Rubik is a pretty beastly lane though. I think Madara might struggle down here to start things off.
Pexu with Splinter Blast level 1. Sometimes it's better to skill it instead of just having Arctic Burn and then you don't do anything for 50 seconds. Now you at least can secure the range creep or at least with some harassment.
You become somewhat of a hero. I guess you kind of like push the lane out. I think it comes down to whether you want to just get your level 2s. You know, this combination of Juggernaut and Wyvern isn't strong level 1 at all. You know, the spin with the Splinter Blast is not really a combo. So I just want to try and mess up the lanes and make it as messy as possible so they can find the level 2s without too much harassment coming out in their direction. Meanwhile, Limp and Chessie just battling out in the middle wave. Chessie already forcing out forced a salve out from him. Limp, though, probably has to use one as well, so everything pretty even to start things off. Do you know this matchup?
Chessie adjusting his item build, going for the Dissimilate, like level 1, so he can dodge the Shadow Strike, which is pretty easy. And it's 100 mana, you can also deal some damage. Should be Queen of Pain favored, I would say, but Void Spirit has a very nice attack animation. Let's see, okay, this is what Limp needs to do. Just fake it till you make it.
Yeah, absolutely. Chessie now is just going to have to tank this Shadow Strike if he wants to come forward for any CS, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, we have a Pangolier and a Pugna facing off versus a Chen, and he's actually going to blink forwards onto Z-Freak here, but he gets a disarm out onto the anti-mage, so no more mana breaks for you, good sir. And Z-Freak's going to be able to keep on spamming, but this does seem to be the plan for FNG and Nico, baby. Just throw out that Penitence, jump on the AM, and just try and get rid of as much of Z-Freak's mana as possible, and stop him being annoying, basically.
FNG with the headdress, even though the item got nerfed. Same goes for his Divine Favor. It's still a very strong. Look at this. Look at his HP regen. 13 per second with Tango, 6.5 without it, and it's only level 1 aura. So Nico baby
on the top lane, Hanskin's in some trouble trying to run himself away, but he gets spun down by Madara, and that is going to be a first blood in the top lane. Once they hit those level 2s, they can do some real damage to Hanskin there. They get the double slows out with the spin, and there's nothing that Rubik can do if he's caught out of position like that. So great first blood there from OGC. Just they planned for this from such a long time as well. You know, as you say, getting that the Splinter Blast just to get the level 2s and try and just turn it around as quickly as possible. Beautifully done.
Chessie might be in trouble if Queen of Pain decides to blink and get a hit on him.
Yeah, no mana on him. He's going to have to make the long walk back to his courier. And even then, it's only a salve. He's still missing a ton of mana as well. So really rough start to this lane. A long way off from his bottle right now for Chessie and having to buy more regen out to himself. Meanwhile, Limp, a little bit richer, a little bit healthier, just all around looking a little bit better.
Limp was faking a Shadow Strike on mid, but then he realized, man, I should have gone for it. He does not have any mana.
Yeah.
Rune spawning in 10 seconds. Do you think Ice Frog will help Chessie out, give him a regen?
Jimmy's been run down the bottom, but under the tower he will be okay. Nice chunk of armor, of course. 1 HP regeneration under the tower just makes that self shoot up an HP. No, I'm just kidding, you don't notice it. But no, there's going to be an arcane rune going the way of Limp. Poor old Chessie keeps on suffering and suffering and suffering. Does have himself 2 mangoes now at the very least.
And this is an indirect buff to like Chen and his aura. You're sitting next to tower amplifying the
Pexu okay here? He's getting jumped on by S4 and Hanskin. They're chasing him. Pexu's going to make his way over that cliff. S4 though, oh, what a spear from the high ground from him. Jibe goes down to the bottom lane. Hanskin trying to finish his job onto Pexu here. Pexu gets inside that Roche. Come, please take me, Roche Daddy, but no. Hanskin gets in with the right click, gets the kill, and that's going to be a very happy Hanskin.
So far, so good for Alliance. Bottom lane going well. This is your win condition. Anti-Mage is the ultimate carry in this game. Doesn't care too much about any of the heroes besides like Jug if he misuses Blink, but there's always a counter-play play.
Oh, mid lane, they will get him down there. A Blink in with the Queen of Pain with that dagger already on him. Just gives Limp the damage he needs to finish off this Void Spirit.
3 points in dagger. Like, he's just going all in. Void
That's
Spirit.
such a flex, isn't it? It's saying, I know you've got the ability to dodge the Shadow Strike, but you're not going to be able to, says Limp. I'm just going to keep on using it on you anyway, and he has. Meanwhile,
even if he dodges, like, you lower the cooldown on Candle in a second.
Yeah, true. The constant harassment from this co-op has been very annoying. And this is what I was saying. I really do feel like Chesky has got to be the tempo control in this game. With the start he's had, that's going to be somewhat difficult.
And they left this rune for Queen of Pain. So now he's going to pick it up, refill the bottle.
Ugh.
Next rune spawns in 10 seconds. Let's see if it's going to be top. Full mana, has a point in Sonic Wave. Also, OG Seed should be careful about playing too aggressive on the top lane. The rotation from Queen of Pain could just wipe them out, getting 2 easy kills. And now Chessie.
Yeah, not a bad dodge actually there from Chessie, getting both the Shadow Strike and the Scream of Pain dodged for himself. So that's pretty value. But Quap doesn't care. She's got a regen bolt now, so she's going to keep on jumping on Chessie and keep on trying to force him out of lane, bully him up as much as she can. And Chessie, not much he can do about that. And also the cooldown of Shadow Strike is actually lower than the cooldown of Dissimulate at level 1, so that's really unfortunate for Chessie. You can dodge
now
one,
you pop
but
a regen rune. You might get a kill. If you try to bait him to use Dissimulate, then with the Blink and Sonic Wave, you could get a pick off.
Let's see if that's a play. Chessie, he should know this is the plan from Limp here. There's a Dissimulate. And Chessie actually coming forwards on this one, but Limp, he's not interested right now. Maybe when the rest of the pulse goes down, stops defending him from that physical damage. There's a dagger. Chessie's just having such a miserable time. 40
So much harassment from Chessie, but he still has 31 CS.
Madara going down in the top lane to S4 and Hanskin. Oh, that is really costly death. The one hero who looked like he was doing quite well in these lanes now goes down here. And this is going to allow S4 to start to pull ahead.
Oh, Jibe put himself in a really bad spot with that swashbuckle.
Certainly he has, hasn't he? Now getting that mana taken away, a nice little shield crash down to the low ground, and I think that little play might keep him alive. Yep, certainly will. Nika Baby still trying to follow and uses the mana void as well. Shibe so low, the right click coming in from the Chen Penitence, but no, Shibe will live just about. Whew, very, very close. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, a lot more battling going on between Limp and Chessie. And Chessie, I think he's got to be careful here. Once again, getting the rune prediction wrong. And S4 is going to come in and make sure the Limp can grab this one as well. He's having such an unlucky time in this middle lane now.
Queen of Pain got all the runes. Now the best one you can pick up, Arcane one. It is time to make a rotation. Try to outpush the lane, or you try to get a kill. See how mid laner is doing. But ideally, you would want to get a kill on Juggernaut. Juggernaut is tanky. Magic wand, power treads and strength, 1000 HP.
Yeah, he's doing all right. 10 armor as well. Not the easiest target to cut down, but the Queen of Pain definitely has a nuke damage to make it possible. We'll see what Lib decides to do. Maybe he just wants to stay mid for his treads first, not sure. But this arcane ring item on Quap is just insane. 10 int for a tier 1 item? Excuse me?
That's 10 damage, plus 3 armor and some mana replenish. Probably the best one you can get.
Yeah, I was thinking that one in hero. Maybe some people really value the Faded Brooch for the movement speed, but...
There it is, rotation on the top lane. Pop that arcane rune, he
wants to stack as well, yeah. Let's see, smoke up, Hanskin and S4, just taking a stack here. Pexu is going to get baited forward. Doesn't really look like it. No, never mind. She's showing his head. They really want Madara, though. They don't
know
really care
something
that
is
much
up.
about Pexu.
Queen of Pain didn't show on the lane, so they know she is making some kind of a rotation, playing so safe.
Omnislash being used onto S4 here, but it might put the Juggernaut into a bit of an awkward situation. And look at that Sonic Wave coming through perfectly, getting Madara, but they're going to jump in with Chessie here, and he gets himself 2 kills. Limp still trying to fight this one, but probably realizing that he needs to leave soon. Still trying to bait a couple of spells out for them. Meanwhile, there comes the little healing kitty bouncing around, baiting Limp up to the high ground, but I'm not sure who's baiting who, really. Yeah, it's doing so much work, but Chessie jumps past, steals the bounty, and Limp's just going to cut his losses and go for the other bounty rune here. But Chessie's also going to get... Oh, no, he's not going to get the regen. Or will he? Jibbe popping the ultimate, trying to lock down FNG, and will do so. And now they can Silicon try and get the turnaround kill onto FNG, but he pops a hand of God to keep himself alive. Is it going to make a difference? Oh, no, because Jibbe's on top of him. And now S4 jumps to the fight, misses the spear, though. Chessie's able to dodge it out just perfectly, but Handskin, the rolling cube, comes hurtling past. Chessie nearly escapes the wrath of S4, but just finds Limp on the high ground instead. The Void Spirit will finally go down. What a juke and jive across the lanes here. And I think the big winner out of all of this, it's no one who is fighting. It is just Nico Baby quietly farming his pants off in the bottom lane.
This is what Anti-Mage loves, when his team is taking fights, not losing them, while having a free lane for himself. Even though Pangolier had shield crash, Rubik still managed to get a steal on that cube, so he will have it for the next 1 or 2 fights.
Are you going to have a private conversation with his Pangolier after the game, eh? Sir? I told you to level that shield crash.
He did, but he didn't use it.
Exactly. Tough words from Daddy Lacoste. But despite everything, I think Alliance are still going to be able to grab this big stack they made for themselves here. No one actually came to take it in the end, because I don't think a spin would have been enough to bring down these big creeps. Hatskin just takes most of the big creeps in that situation as well, by the way. What a greedy boy. So, 11 minutes into the game, slight gold advantage for Alliance. And actually, Madara is ahead of Nico Baby in net worth. And they're both going for the Battle Furies. This is truly is an anime battle now. They both want to be these big farming cores.
I guess he just wants to have an item to keep farming with the anti-mage, so you're always going to have the same amount of farm. And every single time they're spawned at top lane. Queen of Pain will get the double damage. Going for Orchid, laning stage went well for her. Like, you want to be able to silence a Jug, Wyvern, Void Spirit.
Jibbe gonna draw the Winter's Curse onto the Rubik to stop his Rolling Thunder, and now the counter Rolling Thunder comes in from Jibbe. Chessie jumping in deep, trying to control up the Queen of Pain, but they don't really have enough damage for her, and now Chessie could be in some trouble. He doesn't have himself another Astral Step. Assimilate will be used, but he's running out of directions here as they cover off his exits. Maybe they can just about save him, but with the Sonic Wave and the Spear used beautifully, Alliance will kill off Chessie in the end. A little bit of a mistake there to go in on that one, and they're going to lose that Void Spirit in the end.
Alliance really understands how to play the map, how to defend their towers. You can see Anti-Mage already like farming the top part of the map, rotates, tries to take the tower with the Chen creeps. Madara stops it, but still he has a TP ready to either defend the tower or just, you know, be at a different part of the map, and they're also putting the pressure on mid.
They're putting a bit more than pressure on mid. They're going to take the whole damn tower down. I'm not sure how concerned I'm growing, because knowing that Jug's going for Battle Fury, it actually kind of makes it feel like OG Seed are going to have an answer. He's ahead for the time being, but still, you got to take into account the fact that Anti-Mage has the blink, which means he can get around the map way quicker. Meanwhile, there's a quick little strike team down for the bottom lane, jumping onto Handskin and just grabbing the tower in the meantime as well. So, nice little engagement for OG Seed. Had himself a bit of profitability.
Anti-Mage will try to take the top tower. It's much harder to push for tier 2 towers now, extra 25 damage, HP. Zoning
cool.
Arena.
Yeah. Yeah, just sending a message to OGC. Do you want to come up our high ground? Well, it's going to cost you. And they're willing to pay that price. Arenas to the face. Feels pretty good. Just gives them the space they need to try and take this outpost and continue taking control of this area of the jungle. Do you like how OG Seed have played this game so far?
I mean, considering the draft that they have, it's a very hard to execute draft. Mid got stomped. How's he sitting at? 3.8k. Queen of Pain 2,000 more.
Yeah, it's much, much richer, but then struggling to get into this one a little bit here as he gets caught out, but it's actually Jibby the one who's in real trouble, can't have the space to get off that Rolling Thunder, and is going to get killed off by S4. And Limp with a haste rune, immediately looking forward for a +1, but no one's really going to show themselves at this mid lane at this point.
Everyone's sitting at around like 70% HP. Chen still not using neither mech nor Hand of God, just trying to bait any kind of action from OG. Then he'll make them full HP. And you're always on a timer when you're playing against AM. It's going to be a very good Battle Fury timing. He just finished it, I believe. Yes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the Jug is close behind. He's very, very close to actually finish off Battle Fury of his own here. But yeah, Ant-Mage is ahead for the time being, and now they find the Void Spirit in the middle lane, and he's going to get cut in two so quickly by the side of Alliance there as they just look for the pick-off and find it. It's going to bring Mars closer, ever closer to that Blink Dagger of his. Just going to make him even more of a threat on this map. And AM really going to start accelerating now. Jug needs to find his Battle Fury. Courier heading to the secret shop. Can't let it die, though. Jibby, is he acting as the Courier's bodyguard? No, just waiting over here until he has the money for the Perseverance. AM has a whole top area of the map to farm.
It's just AM is having such a free game. You have no stuns for him, Remnant, and if Rolling Thunder connects, like you do not want to try popping Winter's Curse on AM. It could just easily backfire.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. That counter spell is quite the tricky spell to work around. Alrighty, Madara catching up. Now, Battle Fury finished off his own. He can start to match Nico Baby's farm speed somewhat, although Nico Baby still will be a little bit faster.
Queen of Pain will soon finish her Orchid. Chen is just a beast. We did not see a single mech usage nor Hand of God.
Pretty much, yeah. He's living the dream. Doesn't even have to use his healing spells. Could be in some trouble now, though.
You know things are going well for you when you're not like using Hand of God.
Yeah. No threats. They will grab his courier there, though, as he tries to use it to scout out a ward. He'll take a courier for an observer, I think. Cutting off that vision. I think they tried to kill it quickly enough so he'd lose the vision and be unable to get the D ward, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And the tier 2 items now starting to drop. They'll take this big ancient camp to try and get a couple more, and they'll get themselves a clumsy net for it. What if they take on Jug? No, Jibbe is the one to grab instead. Fair enough. Seems pretty good. I feel like you could really catch the aim off guard, though, with a clumsy net on Omni Slash. I don't know if that's something Madara is currently thinking of. I guess not.
You want to give it to your supports.
Yeah, I guess the Van Brace is too nice to turn down.
From Van Brace. Like, you have Power Treads and Van Brace, both of position.
Good for them. They're definitely killing this Chen creep wave, though, which is quite nice for them. Can they finish the job? Dark Trust. There we go, Rose Pulse gets the job done.
I don't think you want to go into Roche Pit as Alliance. You still want to keep farming AM, level 15, cast range on a blink, so his farming will be more efficient. It's not like he need it, you know, but you'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. Just an extra little bit of safety. I mean, I feel like OGC won't let them take that Roche for free, though. I'm not sure they'll have a choice, but I imagine they'll try. You know, Chen just feeding his creeps in for the plague ward? Nether ward. It's not the right ward. Lions are actually able to take the outpost. I'm sure OGC wants to take that back as quickly as possible, but they're scared, and rightfully so. Limp is hanging out nearby. He's got that Orchid. A lot of kill potential on the Queen of Pain. for anybody who steps forward too far. Even Pexu here looking, see if he can go for a cheeky Winter's Curse, but still just not finding anyone.
Bounty rune spawning in a second. Seems like it's just gonna be 2-for-2 trade, double damage. V3 denies it.
Ooh, okay. What cost though? He's in a spot of bother. They're going to try and drop down the... Oh, okay. Limp says no thank you. Meanwhile, in goes the Arena of Blood. Pexu killed off, and as well as Z-Freak dying here. Alliance feeling pretty nice about this.
Well, at least they deny double damage. They lost 2 heroes for it, and the mage continues to farm. I don't think OG Seed wants to defend this tower, but Alliance can defend the bottom tower. Madara is doing a sneaky play, trying to backstab. Hanskin is gonna go straight into trap.
Oh, Madara, how patient is he? He's not patient enough. He's not patient enough. Sees those juicy creeps and just can't abide letting them die like that, so he jumps himself in. Meanwhile, Alliance just staying together, just moving us forward around this map. You know, they're doing exactly what they want. Absolutely zero pressure put on Nico Baby, but you could say the same about Madara, but which would you rather have, Lacosta? A farmed AM or a farmed Juggernaut in this game?
Farm AM for sure. It's not just about the hero, it's who these heroes are playing against.
Exactly.
There's like 2 blinking heroes on Alliance, and there's 3 heroes who have high mana pool and no like defensive abilities. You pop the Cripify, like you're gonna get easily demolished by this mana void.
That's gonna hurt like hell. One of the big spells in this game. And just like the high maneuverability always makes Wyvern's job way harder. Like with 2 heroes with inbuilt blinks and the Mars going for the Blink Dagger as well, the likelihood of Pexu getting off a really good Winter's Curse seems kind of hard.
It is. You're also playing against Silence on Queen of Pain. Setup from Chessy.
Yeah, maybe.
For what?
Set up for what? Set up for Jibe to dive to AM in another lane. That's what.
And once AM gets like a Bash or Abyssal Blade, he will start joining more fights. Now he's just farming, popping in, getting a kill with Mana Void, continues to farm. Just a, you know, textbook classic.
Oh, no, Madara being followed by Limp here. Sans comes out onto him. S4's hero as well. He's running out of options. Pinned to a tree, being beaten down. The right clicks come in, and that is a dead Juggernaut. Not the hero you can afford to have dying right now. He does get that. Unfortunately, the Manta. Oh, it was so close. It was on the courier towards him, and it delivers it to him as he dies, which is almost as just. That's just salty right there. That just feels bad. His courier's griefing him at this stage.
This lineup from OGC, like, you want to be grouping up, putting pressure, but once again, you were losing the early stages, and it's so hard to come back. There's like no initiative with these 2 heroes, Pagna and Wyvern. They're strong when they group up and go together as a team. A lot of defensive abilities, but at this point, it like doesn't matter that much. You have 2 static heroes who are just not doing anything on the map. Chen is farming. He's about to hit level 12, so Hand of God, 425. If he wants to get full Guardian Greaves, he has enough money to buy it.
He's a baller, isn't he? Big Daddy Chen with his little creep army, and they're looking forward towards Jibby here, but won't actually find him. The arena does miss, but they'll bring down Z-Freak all the same. Jibby now on the run, and with the help of Pexu, they will keep him okay here. Meanwhile, oh, Juggernaut, no, not like this. Juggernaut tries to go in for a backline Omni Slash, but they catch him out and they bring him down so fast. No time to react here as Pexu just going for the TP out, but unfortunately the Spear's just going to clip him. He's silenced up as well, going to take a ton of damage. Nico Baby down under the tier 4s, gets himself the triple. This is looking like a bit of a freebie here for Elads. He goes in deep, looking for Jibby as well. Jibby getting stunned up, bashed up, beaten on down by Nico Baby, by S4. It's an ultra kill. Is there anybody here to give him the rampage? Not right now.
There, but he's not a team player.
He's running towards the Void Spirit. He's running towards the Void Spirit. Come on. Here we go. Is he in time? Yes, he is. Nico Baby gets the rampage. The big fat R.
Yeah, I believe this game is officially over right now. like OG Seed is just playing this game for, you know, waiting until they finish them. It's what we call play to lose. You're not making any kind of moves, you're just waiting for your opponent to do stuff.
Yeah, kind of like game 2 as well. Just not really much gas in the tank for OG Seed. Maybe they burnt themselves out in game 1, or maybe this team just not having a good day today, but definitely not feeling like as much leadership behind OG Seed right now. The winning mentality doesn't seem to be here. And this Roche, it's just not being taken. Are we doing Pictionary? Is it an eye?
That's not me.
Oh, it's not you. Oh. Our observers are testing out their artistic ability. I think they're trying to draw the eye from the Sentry Ward. Lovely job, guys. Really fantastic art. That's something you can do as well, you know, now we're all stuck inside. Work on your artistic abilities.
Nah, I'm good. Like, even
Okay.
if you told me to draw a horse, it would look like a, I don't know, a car probably.
Well, at least you've drawn a
Like-
car. Look at the positives, dude. Meanwhile, Nico,
Z-Freak.
baby, he's just walking up onto the high ground. He's jump on Z-Freak. Pugner trying to get himself away. Run, little boy. Madara, though, being played around with here. He has got the Omni Slash. Nico Baby's just used a blink, but it doesn't make a difference. Spear comes from the low ground, brings down Madara. Z-Freak dead as well. And on the front lines, Nico Baby's going to jump in onto the Void Spirit, blows him up as well. And Winter's Gut's going to come
Voila,
down onto the
Queen
Queen
of
of Pain.
Pain.
Maybe, but no, there's your Hand of God. Maybe, not a chance in hell. And now the Stolen Remnant dragging Jibbe back in towards his demise. It's a catastrophe for OGC this game. It's just not looking good. Chessie trying to make something happen, rolling his face across the keyboard as he jumps in, throws a bunch of spells down and gets absolutely nothing done. Anti-Mage just sitting in front of the base, says, get inside, stay in there. I'm not letting you out of your fountain, Nico Baby says. I'm gonna take your mangoes.
Stealing
This is
their
just
mango.
rude. Yeah, they call it. That's the line for them. You start seeing our mangoes and that's GG. Game number 3 going very convincingly towards Alliance here, and they show what they can do. They are saying that we're a good team. We are definitely a good team. They just keep on rolling in this tournament. Definitely one of the ones to look at.